Shalom, Makyam, Kala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakudash. I want to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and a shalom to you brothers, sisters, and children that may be watching, and shalom to the elect. I want to go into, judgment being started at the house of Israel, and you Israelites consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, starting from Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. I want to go into the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? And it's saying here, for the time has come that judgment, Salakia, must begin at the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you Israelites, man. Because it says right here, and if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, It's all happening because it's these 2/3, did not listen to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Let me get that scripture. Don't want to butcher it. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So it's saying right here, that you 2/3 of you wicked ass so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, you chosen people of the Bible, man. You guys are gonna be cut off, man. And 1/3 is gonna be saved, man. Consisting of, you women and children and some men, man. Let me it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 40. Yeah, let me go with this one right here. Isaiah 42, chapter 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in the holes, and they are hid in prison houses. This is talking about you Israelites, man, because we were a spoiled people back then, man, because we were the true kings and princesses of, the earth, man. Hey, but Job 9:24, man, the earth was given in the hand of the wicked, so the people that are ruling right now are these so-called white people, which their biblical nationality, Salaki, can't even talk right now, nationality goes back to these Edomites, man, and the highest chief tribe going back to Amalek, man, these Amalekites, these so-called Jewish people, man, and it says right here, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are of a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. And it says right here, verse 23, who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? The point right here, verse 24, who gave Jacob, for a spoil, and Israel to the rock. Jacob, and Israel's both pertaining to, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Let's start from the beginning. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he against whom we have sinned? And that's why the Lord gave us to these other nations, because we have sinned against the Most High and we did not obey his laws, going back to the Greek when we're following, the Greek Empire, when we're following, those Greek gods, and in Rome, and hey, that's all. It's all coming back in today's world now, man. Because hey, we know that reincarnation is biblical, man. So those same spirits that were fucking, worshiping, Ra, the god of the sun, Ra, and all these other, Apollos, all these other different gods. They're back in their lot, and they're all doing the same thing that they were doing in their past lives, man. Hey, everything under the sun isn't new, roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man. So everything under the sun everything that's happening now isn't new, man, because hey, everything's already been done, except this new technology coming out and so forth. But hey, it's all from the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So let me read this again. Isaiah chapter 42, verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he against whom we have sinned? Hey, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. This right here, verse 25. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. So Yahweh Shem Shah put us in these chains of put the yoke on our neck, and put us under captivity under these other nations, man. Because hey, it's all love at the end of the day. But hey, if you can see, you can see. But if you can't see, man, hey, it wasn't meant for you to see. Hey, the brothers in this truth, I would like to say, man, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But we know that we were disobedient unto the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's why we're brought down to this lower estate, man. Let me get this. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. Even these so-called white people, which go back to Edomites, the so-called Arabs, the Ishmaelites, those so-called Africans, which are really Hamites. I'm just naming them as who they really are, man. They're national biblical race, man. Their nation, man. Their nationalities. Lock it. Read from the top. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. And these other nations know that we went off, man. That's why, that's why we're in captivity. But they know that we are Israelites, man, and they don't. It's something that it's something all these other nations know, but you 2/3, a lot of you 2/3 don't even know who you are, man. Okay, I'm gonna read it from the top. And the heathen, these other nations, shall know that the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, went into captivity for their iniquity. I'm gonna search up iniquity, man. Just you have a better understanding of what iniquity means. Hey, that's immoral or grossly unfair behavior. But up here it says wickedness. You know, and it's the second. Just let me look it up right here. It says sin. Wickedness, sinfulness, immorality, improperty, vice, evil, sin, criminality, crime. All of these, man. Transgression, wrongdoing, offense, violation. That's something that we committed against the Most High, man. And hey, constantly pray for mercy, that we can be forgiven, man. You know, read from the top again. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So it fell. So let me read it from the top. I'm getting a little too excited. Book of Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. Let me go. Hey, what does the 10 Commandments say, man? The first commandment says, "Thou shalt have no other gods." Hey, what's Jake so big into nowadays, man? They like going into other religion. They're into Muslim, into the Muslim faith, Hinduism. All types of wickedness, man. Even Satanism, man, is big. Is a big part of what our people partake in, man. You know, um, getting these abortions actually a child sacrifice unto Molech, Baal. But a lot of our people are spiritually discerned. Hey, Jake is a stiff-necked people, man. You know, they don't they don't get it the first time. But if they don't get it the first time or the third time, then they never will, man. So sometimes you just gotta depart from, you know, trying to speak these things to people, man, because you can't waste your time on somebody that doesn't want to get it, man. You can't try to convince someone that they're Israelites, man. The spirit will bear witness, man. I just wanted to hit a little quick lesson on that. You know, judgment is gonna start at the house of Israel, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, because of the disobedience we have been doing, and people still, our people still are to this day, man. You know, and from past times, man. You know, I just want to, hit that real quick. I'm gonna say shalom. I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect.